where our oil prices are going to. Are we gonna continue to have this high spike in oil price? We're going to discuss oil prices and S&P 500 index, as well as other indexes, and two of my favorite stocks, AMD and NLK. Welcome back. This is Nurlan Edu. All right, so let's look at the last Friday's market. The market whopping down on average of almost 3% for all indexes. Dow Jones is down, Nasdaq is down, 500 is down. Okay, so where is gonna go? Let's go to the S&P 500 right now. Okay, so there is S&P 500, SP 500. Let's just shorten it. Okay, so before we look at that, let's look at one of the charts I shared to you guys before quite some time, a few months back, and this was back in 2021, almost a year ago. All right, I drew this and saying 4,600 was probably around that area was market top, and it's gonna drop down to 4,100. So eventually market gone up to 4,800, and then what happened? And then let's look at this. It dropped to, first drop was exactly 4,100, right? 4,121 or 22, and then it bounced from there. However, are we wrong? Not really. And I did this similar chart because back then I drew 2 or 3 charts, and this is second chart. I shared this with you guys as well. Back then, second speculation was it would drop to 3,850. This is one extra zero. This is wrong, right? Did it drop to 3,800? Let's look at it. Let's look at it here. It's exactly dropped to 3,814, right? I was off $14. Okay, so now because of inflation is so high, 8.6, I believe, last month, in that case, now market showed another volatility and it stopped going to down again. See, this down is more scary than the ones we had before. So do we have third chart? I do have a third chart. Let me look at it. I think I do have third chart. Okay, so this is also the third chart I drew around the same time, 2021. Probably this is June, right? So my speculation was, well, okay, this goes up there and comes down to 3,600. All right, so if just ignore the rest of the part, if this is now finding a channel, if this is acting that way, 3,600 is probably around this area, right? Around this area. So therefore, yes, we are expecting this will come down this area, 3,600. And then are we done? So third chart also indicates probably it's from 3,600. It's quite down. In that case, it should bounce a little bit. Probably not to zero. Now I'm changing my mind. This is, remember, this is during a year ago. So it wouldn't go to all the way to the high, previous high. It wouldn't, but it will just bounce a little bit, but continuously it might drop if economic conditions deteriorate and recession. I mean, we're almost in a recession in terms of stock market, and stock market speculates 6 months, at least 6 months or longer economic status. And we might drop to 3,300. So where is that? So that would be 3,300 is around there. So what I'm saying is, okay, so we are actually in bear trend for quite some time, and we confirmed that before it dropped to this level, 4,100. We confirmed that. Now it's even more confirmed because of this trend. Therefore, I'm not surprised that in next year, by end of this year, it might tank to the high before the pandemic. right? So if market becomes better, probably this area 3,400 and 3,300, probably it's almost necessary to go down to continue this rally. But if you look at the bigger picture, let's look at 1 week picture. Like a look at this one. So we have here 200 moving day average. Every time comes here, bounces, pandemic, and bounces even higher. Therefore, it's mandatory for this trend to touch the 200 moving day average, which is exactly 3,600, around that area, because as it goes down, this will goes up. And now here, remember here, it even dropped below the 200 moving day average. If it does, then this most likely will find bottom in 3,300 or 3,400. Okay, so what do we do in this situation? Are we keep buying the bottom? Well, try your luck, but you better have a strategy. Strategy is that I'm right now at 50% cash level, meaning that, okay, my long-term holds are of course in red, just like everyone else, and then I'm swing trading on the side. And I think last week what we did was we swing traded BlackBerry for 2 weeks, I believe, or 1 week or 10 days, I forgot. But BlackBerry 7.5 was sell. Let's see, did it reach 7.5? I think it reached to 7 point or something. Okay, exactly. Even didn't reach 7.5. Should have was they reach here. So I sold around here. Didn't make too much profit, but at least I was safe, right? And BlackBerry is now going down too. Hopefully it's going to go down even further to $3 area. We'll see. I don't know. We're going to keep monitoring. So what happens if the market drops down? Though 2 of my favorite stocks are AMD and Nokia. Why AMD? AMD, of course, we do know AMD is crushing in terms of profit and revenue. They are still in downtrend. Therefore, it is necessary that we should at least time the bottom. I'm guessing probably $70. I do hope that even though I'm holding this, I do hope it should tank a little bit more so that I can buy more. Why is that? Because AMD is not only they're crushing earnings, they're in the right trend right now. They are got involved into data centers. I mean, we do know, and IT personnel and everyone who does IT and even business people, they do know the data centers are the future. So where it's gonna go? See, it's right now just bounced from this area, exactly from this area, but unlikely because of the bigger, broader market, it's dropping down. Therefore, it's probably right now safe to say it's gonna drop down to 75 area, 75 to 70 area. And even in worst case scenario, it should drop to 60 area. So therefore, what my plan is, all right, I stop making money, and then if I buy a stock, I would definitely add AMD to my portfolio even more for a longer term run. And again, this is not stock advisor. I'm not suggesting anyone to buying or selling stocks. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for recreational purposes only. But all I'm saying is you better have a strategy. So, yeah, and Nokia. So why Nokia? We traded Nokia a couple of times, I think. Nokia was caught in between that, the mammoth stock frenzy, and then gone up to one day $9, and then it dropped down, and then after stabilized, it went up, broke the trend. Now it's coming down. It exactly bounced back again from that trend line, right? So technically in a bull market, what's going to happen is should go up and all the way to at least to $8.4. So let me just speculate this. I'm in Windows and Mac. Mac is much better in this area, in this snipping the picture. So in bull market, it should bounce from here and then touch, and then that probably happens that we don't know. From that point, we don't know. Our target was 8.4 or $8. But now it is not a bull market. Now we're in recession almost. Therefore, if it breaks down the downtrend, I'm hoping it should come down here. So this level would be, what about this level? This level would be $3. I don't think it's going to come down to $2.5. More likely it will. Let's see. Let me clear this out. More likely. All right, more likely if it breaks down, it's going to come down to 2.7 or $3 area. Right? So this is my absolute buy for Nokia. So why am I buying Nokia? It doesn't matter, it drops down 2.7 or 2.8. I'm going to buy it 3 point or 3.5. All right. So why is that? Because it should bounce from this area and then touch here, another swing trading, and then based on the economy, it should fluctuate differently. But target would be 7.5. Of course, it wouldn't go up like this. Therefore, these are the two stocks that I would buy. And why is Nokia? That's a question. Nokia's fresh. Nokia's cash. It's a cash cow basic. Let's look at the financials. If we look at financials, revenue 22 billion, 23 billion, around 22 billion. Didn't fluctuate too much, but income negative, and then 2021 I believe this is, and then 1.6 billion net income. EBITDA 1.3, 2.3. So last year it was 3.2 billion. Therefore, Nokia is better standing than 2 years before. That's why I'm quite interested in buying this, even though after $5 it becomes penny stock. But this is unlike any other penny stocks, not fluctuable. It doesn't fluctuate too much. It's stable, right? It's a couple cents a day probably, but over the long term there are better position, and they're also stock buying back policy. And if you look at cash flow, their cash flow, free cash flow is 2021 2 billion. So from this negative, it's becoming positive, and this year probably not much. However, this year is not finished yet. Therefore, I'm expecting this number will go up a little bit, and around 2 billion would be great. Therefore, they do have a great amount of cash, and they have great projects. All right, that's why it's more stable. I want to throw my money into more stable. This is stable. However, AMD is more growth. All right. That's my analyzation. Again, I'm not suggesting anyone to buy or sell stocks. XRP, we mentioned XRP, analyze XRP. Just check out my previous videos. I said that it's going to come down to 0.3, and where it came down to 0.35. So I hope to drop a little bit more to 0.3 and analyze this when it was 0.6 or 7, right? Almost 50% drop. Right, so therefore you have to know technicals, and you have to have strategy based on that. That's how you trade more safely or less in a risky way. And looking at the oil lastly, I believe this is oil. All right, so oil broke out quite a while ago, right? This downtrend, I think that's like 20 years of downtrend, and then that's why it's acting that weird along with Russia's invasion in Ukraine. Therefore, what are we expecting? We're expecting that oil will hit the all-time high, right? We're expecting oil will hit all-time high of $130. Right now it is $120. It is possible that it's gonna go up to $140, right? All-time high of in 2008. If it's the all-time high, it should go down and stabilize around to $80 area. And from that, we don't know at this point, but you have to read a lot for that. Right now, oil is definitely very strong. However, this bull market will not go on forever, right? So if you look at this, it broke the uptrend. Therefore, it got into new channel. The new channel would be around, if it hits 140 or 44, definitely people will short it, right? Okay, that's the market trend. All I'm saying here is be ready for more market tank, and get ready more cash. And I'm not suggesting anyone to buy or sell stocks. If you do, do it in short term, do not do a long term. All right, so that's all. Thank you very much and have a nice weekend. If you have questions, let me know. And if you like the video, please click the like button.